This may be one of the most emotionally charged conversations in modern politics and economics, and it's often framed in extremes. On one side, it's dismissed as fear-mongering or conspiracy. On the other, it's treated as an undeniable and uncomfortable reality. But beneath the headlines, slogans, and outrage, there is a deeper question that deserves serious discussion. What happens when the identity of a country changes faster than its people can adapt? This is a difficult question to ask. It touches upon our history, our economy, our culture, and our deepest feelings. Right now, it stands as one of the most fiercely debated topics across the Western world. People view this transformation through very different lenses, creating a deep divide. Some see the rapid shifts as undeniable progress, a sign of a more open and vibrant society. Others experience a sense of fear and loss, a feeling that something familiar is slipping away. Both of these perspectives are valid and deserve to be heard with respect and understanding. The numbers don't lie. A snapshot of a shifting nation. The story of America's changing demographics is written in numbers. These figures paint a picture of a country in the midst of a historic transition. For most of its history, the United States was predominantly composed of people of European descent. That reality is now shifting at a pace that is unprecedented. Recent census data has confirmed that the non-Hispanic white population is not just shrinking as a percentage of the total, but its actual numbers are decreasing. This marks a significant turning point. The country is becoming what demographers call majority-minority, where no single racial or ethnic group forms a majority. This transformation is not uniform across the country. It is more pronounced in certain states and cities, places like California, Texas, Hawaii, New Mexico, major metropolitan areas like New York, Houston, Los Angeles. In these places, the future of America is already visible. You can see it in the languages spoken on the street, the variety of food, the diverse faces in a classroom. This brings cultural richness and economic dynamism, but also challenges for social cohesion and shared identity. The 1965 turning point, how a single law reshaped a country. To understand why America is changing so fast, we must look back to a pivotal moment in its history, the year 1965. That year, Congress passed the Immigration and Nationality Act. This piece of legislation fundamentally rewrote the rules of immigration to the United States. Before 1965, the system was based on national origins quotas. These quotas heavily favored immigrants from Northern European countries, Western European countries, Germany, the United Kingdom. The system was explicitly designed to maintain the existing ethnic makeup of the country, and it placed very strict limits on people from Asia, Africa, Southern Europe, Eastern Europe. The 1965 Act abolished this discriminatory quota system. Lawmakers at the time promoted the new law as a matter of civil rights and fairness. They argued that it was wrong to judge potential immigrants based on their country of origin. Instead, the new system prioritized two main criteria: family reunification, professional skills. It created a pathway for U.S. citizens and legal residents to sponsor their relatives from abroad, and set aside visas for needed skills. This shift seemed technical to many. Supporters downplayed its potential long-term impact. President Lyndon B. Johnson stated, "This bill that we will sign today is not a revolutionary bill. It does not affect the lives of millions. It will not reshape the structure of our daily lives." History has proven them to be profoundly mistaken. How immigration numbers multiply. The new immigration system established in 1965 was built around the principle of family reunification. This concept, often called chain migration, is the primary engine of growth and diversification. It works in a straightforward, yet powerful way. An individual immigrant arrives in the United States, perhaps on a work visa or as a refugee. Once they become a legal permanent resident or a citizen, they gain the right to sponsor immediate family members. This typically includes a spouse, minor children. This is the first link in the chain. Once those family members arrive and eventually become citizens, they can sponsor relatives too. An immigrant can sponsor parents. An immigrant can sponsor adult siblings. When those siblings arrive, they bring spouses and children. Each new person who gains legal status becomes another potential link able to bring more family members. This creates a multiplier effect. One immigrant can, over 1 or 2 generations, lead to dozens of new arrivals, all linked by family. The system's effects compound over time, hard to see in the short run. After 1965, the early numbers weren't dramatic. But as families sponsored relatives, the growth started to accelerate. Focusing on family transplants, whole networks. Seeds planted decades ago now in full flowering. Beyond the legal framework, there are powerful economic forces that pull immigrants toward developed countries like the United States. Modern advanced economies have a voracious appetite for people. People are workers who power our factories, build our homes, and care for our sick. They are also consumers who buy cars, eat at restaurants, and create demand for goods and services. And they are taxpayers who contribute the funds needed to pay for schools, roads, police, and pensions for the elderly. This need has become urgent because birth rates have fallen. Many nations are below the replacement rate of 2.1. When birth rates fall, the native-born population shrinks and ages, straining pensions and healthcare. There are fewer workers paying in and more seniors drawing benefits out. This imbalance can mean higher taxes, reduced benefits, or more debt. From a purely economic standpoint, immigration offers a straightforward solution. Immigrants are often young, fill shortages, and drive innovation. They also start businesses at high rates, creating jobs for everyone. It is the fuel that keeps the economic engine running. While immigration brings significant economic benefits at the national level, those benefits are not always distributed evenly. For many ordinary citizens, rapid influx can create tangible pressures on daily life and finances. Gains often flow to owners of capital, business owners with cheaper labor, property owners with rising values. For working class and especially middle-class renters, the experience can be very different. Housing demand surges can push prices and rents up in receiving areas. Competition may affect wages in specific sectors like construction, cleaning services, and food processing, even as prices fall for consumers. A nation is far more than just an economy or a marketplace. It is a community bound by a shared culture, a common history, a set of unspoken rules and expectations. When demographic change is slow and gradual, people have time to adjust. However, when the change is very rapid, this process can break down. The familiar sights, sounds, social norms can be replaced by new languages and different customs. Instead of a blended community, separate communities may live side by side, but not interact. This can reduce social trust, the belief that others share your basic values and follow civic rules. Low trust fragments society and fuels contentious politics. People may feel their identity is being erased or devalued. This is often dismissed, but it can be a genuine response to rapid change. Assimilation describes how newcomers adopt core language, customs, and civic values without abandoning their heritage. The older melting pot ideal has shifted toward a salad, bowl, or mosaic, celebrating distinct identities. While inclusive, this can inadvertently discourage integration and complicate schools, workplaces, and politics. Rebuilding consensus around integration is a major challenge for our time. The rapid demographic change America is experiencing presents a profound challenge. It is not a question of being for or against immigration. The debate is about pace, scale, philosophy. If we treat immigration solely as an economic tool to boost GDP or fill jobs, we risk eroding social trust and cohesion. If we treat it as a social project as well, we can be both prosperous and unified. Balance means managing the pace so communities adapt, moving away from autopilot systems, and planning capacity for schools, healthcare, and housing. It means renewed emphasis on integration, learning English, civics, and clear expectations to join shared national life. We must address low native birth rates with policies that support families, affordable childcare, paid leave, stable housing. Finally, restore open, honest debate. Taboos have silenced moderates and empowered extremes. We need to discuss trade-offs without fear. We can choose to manage this change thoughtfully, or we can allow it to manage us. The choice is ours. Please, share your thoughts below. What happens when the identity of a country changes faster than its people can adapt? If you found this valuable, please like and subscribe to Express Econ Geofinance Insights. And tell us in the comments, is balancing compassion and stability the central challenge of our time?